Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Variable Action D-Spec, and we have the Metal Gear Rex. This is quite amazing, and from the promo pictures, I was really looking into getting it. But one thing that held me back, well, till now, is the price. Typically, Variable D-Spec are quite expensive. You've seen my other reviews of from the SRW line, or Super Robot Wars. They're typically over 50 bucks, close to 100 sometimes, 70, 80, around there. And the ones I've got before, I got them on clearance. And considering this is Metal Gear, more than likely it's not gonna go in clearance, or it'll take a while. But I just really like the design and decided, you know what, I'll go ahead and get it. Anyways, we got it here now. I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. It is a special order. I'll provide the link down below if you are interested in acquiring a figure such as this, and you can always send an inquiry through them. Here's the box art, really cool, and I really like this little guys here. You get the solid and liquid snake. And one thing I want to also mention, this is going to be somewhat of a blind review. I have not played any Metal Gear installation or any of the Metal Gear games. I just seen gameplay of it, so I have a vague idea. I kind of have an idea what it's all about, but not entirely for the whole story. So I do apologize if I made assumptions, which I'm gonna be making. And for the most part, this review it's gonna be based on the aesthetic of the particular figure. Yep. Anyways, moving on. A really nice box. I like it. And they have a photo of the side, or yeah, the side view of the figure. On top, you have kind of like a line art or a black and white photo of that. Quite stylized. You get the front view here. You got liquid. Oh, they named it here. Yeah, really cool. Just wish it wasn't that expensive. Anyways, that's it for the box art. Let's take a look inside. I want to add this to the review. This is kind of like an insert or the backing inside the box. And it's actually really cool. It makes a really cool hanger or a display a background for your figure. And also they've added this on the top here, which you have 3 boxes. And you got also the exclamation marks. And it seems like it's a cutout. But it's not marked or anything. You just gotta cut through the lines, and it's really cool they've added those exclamation marks, or even the sleeping ones. Although I kind of wish there are soldiers included on this, but you're only getting 2 characters. But nonetheless, they've added this backdrop, which is nice, and which I'll probably use later on. Alright, I have Metal Gear Rex. I just got it out of the box, but before that, I do want to go over, there is a stand with an arm here. More than likely, I'm not going to use this, but it's nice that they've added this. Tactical Spionage Action, the Metal Gear Solid. There we go. Let's put that aside here. And here we go. So we have a Rex here. It has some nice colors, nicely painted. I really like this. Really cool. We got a lot of details here and there, and I guess that's where we're gonna mount the action base if we need to. We'll see. Maybe I have to, depending on how well he stands. That's always a concern. So we have this. Looks like a railgun to me. I could be wrong, but this will just mount on this side here. It's a straight peg. There we go. Then you have this, and this is kind of like a radar. It's kind of like one of those Gundam things. If you know the Deep Striker, that's, or the Dendrobium, they always have this kind of like yeah, this shape. That usually is the radar. This fell off somewhere. Huh. Where did this drop off? Oh, it's the gun. Yeah. Yeah, really cool. I'm kind of curious how they painted this. Anyways, that's it for in terms of putting things together out of the box. And let's go over articulation. Going over the articulation, let's start with the legs here. And from the waist, it is connected by a ball joint right there. But it's kind of limited, but you do have that movement, you know, side to side, or front and back. There we go. You got this side skirt here. It is on a ball joint, same way. And you do have this hinge here, which allows you to, there we go. I was looking for that. So you can move that back. You got this back side here. I'm not too sure what this is for. Not sure if you can just use this to deploy like this, kind of give it a little bit more footing while on the ground or while it's sitting down, or you can just fold it this way. It's the same way, but that's that. And you also have a swivel point right there, so you can have a wider stance. You got this spikes or toes here, and you got this footing, which it's kind of a combination of hinges here, and you can extend this out, which is really cool. There we go. Likewise, you can do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And there's a connection point here for the base, and actually it's not too bad. You can have him stand. You just gotta play around with this footing here, the balancing. You can have him stand without the base, or maybe lean him a little bit more forward, but you do have those toes there that can help you support him like this. Not too bad. Moving on, you have this kind of like a Gatling gun or a machine gun underneath the waist. And some people will make jokes about it, but where else would you put it? There we go. Moving on, we have this whole segment here which can move down, up, and it is a combination of hinges. You can move this up and down, not all the way up though. That's pretty much as high it can go. And it can move side to side, and that's it. It cannot turn to the right or left, yeah, unfortunately, but that's not too bad. Again, great details in terms of sculpt. I kind of wish there's some kind of decals or kind of like lettering here, caution, but they don't have that. Maybe I can get some one of those, or just use some of the Gundam water slide decals to add on the side here. Kind of give it a little bit more detail. And again, nice details. There is a blue paint there, kind of like the screen. Even onto the side, there's a little bit of blue. And inside, you have the cockpit right there. And then even if you don't have, or if not, it's a cockpit, it looks like it's opening its mouth. Looks really cool. So put this over here. Let's take a look at Liquid Snake real quick. Let's see how well the camera. There we go. So in terms of molding and paint app, it's actually really good. There is some molding on the chest. Here we go. Quite nice. Articulation wise, he has its typical simple 5 points of articulation. You have the neck here. You have the individual feet. And the arms here. There's like a peg sticking out. And I just broke it. I'm actually kind of afraid of that. And I guess that did it. Similarly, you have this peg here. But yeah, something tells me that's gonna happen. Well, it's time to fix it once more. Yeah. Alright, so I managed to fix him somewhat. Well, it's really hard since it's a small peg, but here's what I did, if I can show this. So, well, this is the part I broke off, and you kind of see that. But what I did is I stick my favorite magnet. I used the 3mm diameter neodymium magnets. I drilled through there, and luckily I have enough space around the waist, or around that part there, and I'm able to stick it in there. Now, next thing is, can I put another magnet on here? Obviously not, but I just drilled enough to put a small piece of paper clip. And that said, it's able to hold it in place. Same thing with the other side, although I kind of messed up the peg connection there. Just painted a little dark brown there. Well, I need to play around with the color, but good enough for now. So, same way, it's the same magnet. And it's not gonna fight around with the polarity since you have two paper clips on both ends. So that works. Now another question is, will that affect overall for in terms of articulation or anything? That I'm not really sure. For the most part, this guy can barely stand. I do have a Snake here. Same thing with Snake. This one I barely did anything on the legs. I'm gonna keep him standing. Maybe move the, well, here's Snake here. One thing I've noticed on this one, while we're at it already, here's the front part. Here's the back part. It's almost the same sculpt, with the exception of that thing in the center there. Yeah, it looks like it still has the chest in front, but that's that. So, these two guys. For this one, I don't know, you get the same problem. They cannot stand, both of them. I may have to use a little bit of blue tack. You gotta have your blue tack. Just gonna put a little bit of this there. There we go. And then you got your solid Snake. Let me move the standing. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. But yeah, they do need a little bit of help for them to mount or for them to stand. Alright, time to put them inside. So again, we're gonna move the arms here carefully. We don't want to break another joint. Jeez. And just move this up. So again, I didn't really lose any articulation, and it's great that it's just a small piece right there. It can be held by that magnet. Alright, so putting this on here, we're just gonna tuck him in. There we go. It's quite nice, and I really like how they've done this. It just works for that chibi or SD version. Close that, open it. There you go. Alright, so I have a little Snake here, or solid Snake facing up the breast. One thing I also forgot to mention is this one. There's a little hand here. Let's see if I can get this focused here. It's not. So basically, you have an extra hand for solid Snake if you don't want to use the one with the pistol. There we go. Yeah, quite nice. Overall, this is a great figure. And that pretty much wraps up the review. I have it on the backdrop, and it does look great. And that wraps up the review for the D-Spec Metal Gear Rex. It's a great figure. I really liked it. Articulation is fairly good, especially on that leg area. And it can stand on its own. You don't really need to have the base, but the base is a plus. And it's nice they've provided that. Overall, I really like it. There's a lot of good points on this. The molding, the paint, it's fairly good. They even put details on the little guys, and that's a really nice touch. The downside, I think the main one is price. It is expensive. It's near $100. It feels like, certain figures like this, it feels like it should be half that, around $50 price point. But yeah, I'm just not sure how it goes with the licensing or how much quantity they made on this. You know, they gotta make profit too, and as well as, you know, continue on their design team to make more of these. So yeah, but you know, for a consumer like myself, or for those who like to collect things, if you can get this around $50 on clearance, that's, you know, go for it. I would highly recommend getting it. They're really cute, especially if you're a big fan of Metal Gear. But $100, you know, there's other cool figures depicting Metal Gear. You can get the Figma, or among other things. Other than that, I do have the unfortunate and very lucky mishap with the waist of a Liquid Snake. It always happens to me. I always break things. Luckily, I know how to fix it for the most part. So that's that. Other than that, I think other way you can do it is replace it with a straight rod. You just gotta drill through it. That's probably the best way. I just didn't do that, and just preferred to use the magnet method, which I like magnets. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below for inquiries. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.